Hey everyone, this is Mrs. Neneman, and I'm going to tell you about a presentation program called Emaze. So the first thing you need to do when you are on emaze.com is you'll probably have to sign up if you haven't already. So I've already created a login. And then it'll take you to your home page. So there are a few things that you can do when you're actually here. I've played around with it, as you can kind of tell. One thing it does say is you can Emazify your PowerPoint. Now, I have had some problems with this when I've tried to upload things. I would suggest creating a new Emaze, okay? And you can see there are all sorts of different things here, okay? You can create presentation, mini site, e-card, game, visual, story. So for this tutorial, I'm going to go over how to create an Emaze presentation. So you're going to go ahead and hit create new Emaze presentation. And you can choose a template or you can do a blank Emaze. The way it's going to have to be is if you choose a template, you need to either delete or use every part of the presentation. But it has a bunch of really good templates that you can look at, okay? And it's even got, education ones. So for right now, I'm going to go ahead and do the newspaper one. So I'll hit edit. And here we are. You can see it already gives us, an example, and so you'll have to replace what they have given you with your own things. Okay, so you can easily delete or just change the image by clicking on it. You can search on the web. You can search either Flickr or Google. So for right now, we're just going to search for dog. Okay, choosing this one, and I'm going to go ahead and delete that other one. And so it automatically pretty much fit it. When you have your image, you can also edit it. You can crop it. You can change the border width. You can even make it have a border color, give it a different effect. Okay. So look at that. Okay. I'm going to say none because that would drive me crazy. Opacity. So if you want it to be a little bit more see-through, you could do that. You can add a hyperlink so that way when you click on the picture, it takes you somewhere else. Can give it audio, okay? Like if you have your own audio file or have a web audio file, you can sure do that. You can choose to loop it, autoplay, stop others. Arrange basically means do you want it in front of the text, behind the text, when it's on top of each other. You can rotate it, or you can even give it 3D effects. So you can see you can move the x-axis, the y-axis, the z-axis, or the t-axis. Okay? So those are just a few different things you can do when you've got your image. Okay? So, like I said, if you want to use a template, go ahead and delete the things that are not relevant to you, or you can edit them. So I might just choose to change this about, and, continue on about whatever it is. So it also includes your caption and whatnot. When you're on here as well, you can add new images just by going up here. You can upload your own. If you've got your Facebook or Instagram, that would probably be personal because I'm guessing you can't get on it at school. But just know you can do all that. You can insert media. Okay, so the way this works is when it asks you to select a video or audio file is if you have your own, you can go here. Or if I've got a YouTube clip that I want to include, I'm going to go ahead and I'll copy this and I'll paste it in here. And then you notice there are other options that come up once I've got this on. You can choose to start it at a specific time. Just make sure when you do 00 for the hours, then 00 for the minutes, because usually you're going to start on seconds. Okay, so let's say I start at 30 seconds, and I can stop it at a time. Loop just means you want it to play over and over. Autoplay means it's going to start playing before you click it. And then hide controls means it's not going to show the play, pause, etc. Okay? Then you can move it around. You can make it bigger or smaller. Ta-da. Okay? Once again, you can add those different effects just like we did last time with the image. Okay? You can choose different styles. It's got a lot of neat features you can play with. So that's image, media. Text, you can just add title, subtitle, text. Okay, title is going to be biggest, subtitle is going to be small, and text is going to be the small. So let's say I want to add another title. Okay, so you can see the box is really big. You'll probably have to change the size by going here. Okay. So you can also change the color of the text. You can, if it's not one of the theme colors, you can just click here and go here. You can change the background color. You can see, and once again, you can hyperlink it. So if you want it to go somewhere else, a different hyperlink, you sure can do that. Okay? If you want to lock it, that just means if I try to move it again, it can't move. Okay? So that's a good thing if you're like, okay, I have it exactly like I want it. Next, we're going to shapes are just like other little things you might want to put in. Okay? Whoops. Whoa. Okay. So, other little things you want to put in. Okay? It's got a bunch of different little icons and stuff for if you want to add something else. And then charts. Charts are really good. I love how it does this because like you can actually insert in your own data, paste data table from spreadsheet here. So if you've got an Excel spreadsheet, you can paste that there. You can make it different types of, you know, data that you want to insert. So this is really good for like infographics or any kind of statistics. And so then it usually auto saves, but make sure that you know, keep saving it, and we'll just save it as Wonder Dog example. So just make sure you know, save it. When you are ready, okay, to go to different sections like you would in a Prezi or a PowerPoint, you're going to go to Add, and you're going to say like, okay, what's the next section you want? You can always do it blank, but you know, it's got a lot of good, you know, things that you can choose from here. You can see like if you want an image heavy, if you want graphics, etc., etc. Okay, so for right now, let's just do something blank. Okay, so that's just how you add it. So it'll go from one to another, just like in a Prezi. Okay, when you are ready to view it, you go ahead and hit View. Okay, starts out here. Okay, you can play your video, and then go to the next one. Okay, and then it's going to end on whatever you had. Okay, it says share this Emaze, you can do that. You can go back to edit. When you are ready to share your Emaze, which I think many of you, since it needs an audio element for Mr. Winslow's class, you're probably not going to share it this way. You'll share it in a different way. But if you ever make an Emaze otherwise, to get the link, you just go to share. Your privacy is public because you have to pay for the private version. You can send it to somebody's email. You can copy this link. If you have a website that you need to embed it, there's that. You can also collaborate with people. Okay, you can allow access to somebody else. So if you're doing like a group project or something, that's a good way to do that. So anyway, I mean, a lot of this is just playing around with it. Emaze, I think, has a lot of really neat features, and if you have any questions, feel free to talk to me.